doing real good.
I know you work in the community,
Yes.
volunteer for 31 years. How happened like that? You
Um,
give a lot.
I feel that when I was growing up, my father died at a very early age. My father was Native American, and my father was a fighter. He was a boxer, man, fight in the ring.
Wow, wow.
And my mother had said to him, she says, I want you to stop fighting because you're going to end up dead, or you're going to kill somebody, or somebody's going to kill you. Fighting is a very brutal sport.
Yeah.
And my mom says, I just can't take it anymore. I need for you to quit. And he didn't want to quit, so she left him. When she left him, there was I had no father. I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
So my mother's brother, my uncle, took over being my father. And he taught me so much. He taught me, and a lot of other men in my community taught me different things that my father didn't teach me. So because of that, I know that I have to help other young men and women growing up.
See, even your father died earlier, but your family is still very strong.
Yes.
And they care each other, love each other. I think most of the people, when I grew up, for the family, maybe because everybody have struggled, they already struggle, they don't want to take more, anything more. And it feels cold for me, cold blood.
Yes. It's really good what you said about learning to love even though there's no love. I believe in that because, again, a lot of times you have situations that happen to you in life, but you can't let that stop you from having joy of life.
Right.
With my family, we're not a hug and kiss type of family. We're never like that. Nobody hug each other or nobody kiss each other.
Okay.
It took I left home at age 17. At age 30, I would come back home and I decided, whoa, this is not good. I love my mother. I love my brother. I need to hug her.
Yeah.
At 30 years old was the first time I ever hugged my mom.
Wow.
And my brothers. And then my brothers would look at me like, because I'd say, I love you, and I hugged them, and they were like,
but what happened now?
Yeah, what happened?
Everybody hug everybody.
Everybody hug everybody now.
Good sign.
Yeah, everybody loves everybody now because we finally realized that, look, we are all we have. In America, you say, I love you.
Yeah.
And even if it's not a close love, you might just know someone, and you still say, I love you.
Yes.
Because you're my friend, I care about you, I want you to do well. So it's just a common word, love. I love you. That's a human being.
Yes.
Then there's personal love. But in Chinese, they don't talk about I love you. Their attitude is this. You show me you love me. Don't tell me you love me.
Yeah.
Show me you love me.
Yeah.
I heard a joke the other day about Chinese relationship in regards to love. It was a husband and a wife, and the husband says, I love you. And she says, okay, I love you too. And she said, but don't keep telling me you love me all the time. Show me you love me. And if I don't love you, you'll know it because I'll leave you.
Right.
But that's a culture clash.
And
I have to find the middle ground because now when I want to say things to her, I have to stop using the word love, and I care about you. But it takes a little time to make those differences in knowing the cultural changes. It takes time.
Because we don't usually say, but I think I say a lot, but still some people complain, you don't even know how to hug. And
I'm learning.
You don't say thank you and
I'm learning.
Sometimes I say, hey, give me some this, give me some that.
Yeah.
That we usually say.
And they say
and
thank
when you
you.
go buy a cigarette, can you give me $2 cigarette?
Right. Say thank
People
you.
like, huh? You mean you buy $2 cigarette? Do you have gun? If you say you want to give me some $2 cigarette, you should have gun. You said that. That means give me some I will give you. I will give you money. I mean, I buy.
I want to buy and I give you. But yes, so there's cultural changes, and then over time they'll happen. Just like the language.
Yeah.
Over time it'll get better and better.
If I don't live with you in the black area, so I don't know how to talk with you.
Right.
And also white people, also different people, and Mexico.
Right.
But is when people, for example, you grow up and one day you become a basketball player and you move to somewhere rich and did you come back connect again, or they leave to the level also?
Let me tell you a very true story.
Okay.
When I was growing up and around age 13 or 14, all of my friends, we had an agreement. And the agreement was, if anybody ever became famous, we would come back and help the others.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask.
So one of my friends became famous.
Yeah.
And when he became famous, he came back. I was in a band then. There was 10 of us in the band.
Okay.
He came back, he put us all in school, every one of us. He brought all brand new equipment for us. He, remember you talked about your in-laws having a mobile home.
Yeah.
He bought a mobile home for us that was would sleep 9 people. Kitchen, shower, beds, everything
nice,
in it. One of our best friends worked on the police department.
Yeah.
He hired him for 3 years to be our security.
Oh. Nice.
We went, so he put everybody in college. So each person, we were entertainers, but he wanted to make sure everybody, like when we went to travel, we could take care of everything ourselves. One person, I did cosmetology. I did hair, makeup, and I played my instrument. But other person went for to be a cook, so they cooked all the food for us while we were on there. The other person went to school for a mechanic, so the vehicle, if it broke down, he could fix it. The police, we had a police officer who was a real police officer who was our security, and everybody was given another job because he says, look, I was fortunate enough to have a great career. Now I'm gonna come back and help you guys. I'm gonna help you make your dream of being a musician. But if that does not work for you and that fails, I want to give you a career.
What's a career?
That he put everybody in school to learn different things.
Yeah, okay.
So if you didn't make it as being a musician, you had a career too. He wanted to make sure that I wasn't just.
What a beautiful story. I love it.
Yes. And he did that for us. Yes. So the rich people, and that's why I give back to the community.
Oh, that's why you do that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because he kept his word. He came back and he helped all of us. So it's my responsibility to help others.
Well, you do a lot.
What we're currently talking about now is an organization called Circle of Peace Movement. And the Circle of Peace Movement started in 2007. How the Circle of Peace Movement became to be the foundation that it is today was the founder had some young grandchildren.
Yeah.
And as we all know, in the urban area, there's a lot of gangs.
Yeah.
You know, and the gangs, they fight each other, they shoot each other, they kill each other. And one of his young nephews had been shot before. And when he said when winter was over with, he knew spring was coming, and soon as the snow starts melting, the guns start firing. People are back in the streets shooting each other. So he came up with an idea to bring all the different gangs to sit down and talk with each other to try to solve the problems. And that's how we created Circle of Peace Movement. So, that's how he created Circle of Peace Movement. Circle of Peace Movement is everybody comes, there may be 50 people sitting around in a circle.
Yeah.
Each person is given 2 minutes to say what's on their mind and what's in their heart. They can say whatever they want to say, and then it goes around to the next person. Each person says what's on their mind, what's on their heart. And at the end of the first time, they say what's on their mind. Then we have an additional 1 more minute that anything that you didn't get to finish saying, you can finish saying now. But what happened was a lot of the people started talking to each other. Again, you said, if I'm Chinese and you're black and we don't grow up together and then we're around each other, how do we communicate?
Yeah.
We start talking to each other.
We start talking to each other.
We start talking to each other.
That's amazing. Yes.
And that's how we do it. We start talking to each other.
Or even in the community, your neighbor and the okay.
Yeah.
So after all, And after a while, everybody know everybody. It's like go back to my hometown again. Everybody know everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing. My hometown too. But the difference is, now we get people and they move into a neighborhood and they don't talk to their neighbor next door. They don't talk to the neighbor over here or over there, and that's not good. Because that's the word neighbor. Neighbor means person same as me but next to me.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Yeah.
Next to, nearby.
Next to, yeah, nearby.
Near me.
Neighbor, yeah.
Yeah, so
Nearby.
and we're all the same. Look, we have more things that we are alike than we are different. I got 2 arms.
Yeah.
I got 2 eyes. Got 2 ears. Got a nose. Got a mouth.
But we all seem.
We go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's no difference.
Not different.
So what's the difference? Just the shade of our skin. But here's the underlying problem. You mentioned it earlier. Class.
That's the class is like some people building the not real class actually to make a wall for each other.
Walls for each other. If you don't make walls, you tear walls down.
Yeah, tear walls down.
Tear walls down.
That's
so
awesome.
Class, I'll give you a perfect example. In India, they have a lot of different class. So they have the rich people, rich people. Then they have the middle class. Then they have the poor people. Then they have the very lowest people. The very lowest people in India are the people who bury everybody who dies. So the very poorest of people says, oh, you rich and you think you don't want to have nothing to do with me? Oh, you're going to have something to do with me. When you die, I'm going to be the one that buries you.
Oh, yeah. Everything come back to you. Doesn't matter good or bad.
Be careful.
Yeah.
My mom used to say, I love all you kids the same but different because you're different.
Yeah.
I can't treat Billy like Jimmy. I can't treat Jimmy like Charles.
Yes.
Because they each different.
Yes.
Yes. But I love them the same. Yes.
Just like God loved us.
Same thing. Well, here's the problem with that. Because people have so much freedom in America, they don't feel like you can't tell me anything to do.
I know.
This is my personal right.
I know.
But what is the bigger goal? Have you ever heard this phrase? You're killing the goose that laid the golden egg. If everybody thought the way they did, America would fall real soon. But because we care about America, there's a lot of us that are willing to do the things that are necessary to make this country what it can be. But if there's a word called schism. That means when people fight each other in the same room, in the same house, same everything, but one looks this way, one looks that way. Look, the house is ours. This is the house we live in. Are we going to tear down the house we live in because you think this and I think that? That's stupid.
Yeah, that is the big problem. I tell you the true story, okay? Now, 1 week later, they got coronavirus. The brother said, I'm going to have a big party, Thanksgiving. Every year they do like 30, 40 people.
Yes.
A big party. And even the government said, no big party. They don't care, And so the brother called the sister and said, you need to come here for a big party for Thanksgiving. And the sister said, no, I and my husband both got COVID. I can't go there. He said, don't worry. My mother-in-law have COVID. They coming. And that's a true story. That's very true. That happened for my family.
Yes.
And I cook a turkey. You just bring COVID. They don't care. But they have 2 kids.
Wow.
I think that's funny but sad, right?
It is sad. It is sad because you're...
Let's go die in the American way.
Yeah, let's die the American way, yeah.
Freedom.
Free to die.
I know. So...
And that is happening. In a lot of places, in a lot of situations, exactly what you said is happening. There was a lady the other day, her mother, her father, and her grandfather all died from COVID. But she didn't believe it from the beginning. But when her mother and her grandfather and her great-grandfather died, she was like, I believe it now. But my family's dead. Too late. Sad.
Oh my God. Think about how many people died. I feel really sad.
Yes.
If American everybody live, everybody so we have a lot of spaces for each other. If everybody wear a mask in the beginning, this is done a long time ago.
Yes.
And now China kind of laugh and say, see, for
Yes.
the whole year you guys don't do anything.
You didn't
and
get it
China
under-
don't even use mask anymore.
They got it under control.
People that's so stupid.
It
And
is.
I see some people say, and people don't believe in doctor, they
Right.
say something bad about doctor, and then when you're sick, don't go to doctor. And some people say that, I don't wear a mask, same reason I don't wear it anywhere. Things need to breathe.
Things need
Well,
to-
you have to be damn cute, right?
Damn cute. Damn cute and dead cute.
Right.
Yeah, you're pretty, but you're pretty dead.
When you die. Some people think China virus from, even a lot of Chinese think that way. For me, and
look.
me think maybe that way because so many people sigh. But a question mark. Did you hear that? So do you think it is from natural or from Chinese people eat a bird or stuff?
Look.
Even eat a bird or something people created that? Say.
Here's the thing.
What do you think?
It doesn't matter because here's how it goes. That is how life is, being a human being on this planet, on this earth. Soon as Corona is over with, there will be something else. We are human beings. From the day we're born, we start to die. From the minute we come out the womb. You know why? Because of disease.
Yeah.
That is what this world is a part of. Just like you live, you die. So after Corona, there'll be something else. That's just the way the world is. So we ain't got to blame China. We ain't got to blame America. America has created diseases that went all around the world. China, Mexico, Europe. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is we're human beings and we are subject to illnesses that will continue on in life. So it's an old saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Some of the people were weak.
If we
And that's
go
the
through
250 that died.
Yes.
They weren't strong enough to make it through this. God made things like this. Only the strongest survive. But also the weak have to be taken care of by the strong.
Right. I think people know wear mask. It's kind of selfish.
As human beings, we're social creatures. In other words, that means I need you, you need me. We need to touch and feel each other. Human beings need to embrace each other.
Right.
So, with that being said, the strong always should take care of the weak. The weak should be humble.
Right.
And we all should know that life is good and it's worth living.
So many people sick. We don't have many doctors and nurses, and they get sick too.
Yes.
And one like a fireplace station, everybody got.
So not only is this putting pressure on our hospitals for beds for COVID patients, but also regular treatment for all the other things that normally always have. Heart attack, broken leg, hernias,
And heart problem
brain
also.
operation,
Yeah.
throat operation, ear operation. All of those different other procedures, they have to stop because they don't have enough doctors, they're not having enough nurses. Right now, currently, they have to get nurses from other cities because there's such a shortage on nurses. Now, we're also hearing there's another problem with the PPE equipment. So, because of the current administration not releasing and allowing the new administration to take over, they can't get permission to get all these things done, like a relief package, or for business, a relief package for the people, or PPE for doctors and nurses. A lot of that stuff is on hold now because the two administrations are fighting. Again, nothing's helping America
Nothing
or the
for
American people.
Yeah. It's so struggle right now. And
Such
also
a struggle.
tomorrow, from tomorrow, everything closed again. The restaurant and
Yes.
everything closed again.
4 weeks.
Tomorrow. Yeah, for 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something very interesting.
Yeah.
Poor people
Yeah.
and black people
Yeah.
and people of color,
Yeah.
this has really not been much change for them.
Okay.
Not much.
That's good.
Seriously.
Why?
Because we've had so many problems already.
Already, we don't even care about that.
This ain't really no problem for us.
Okay.
We got to deal with it,
Yeah,
but it's just another day.
just another day.
Just another day.
Live it day by day.
Yeah, people who are wealthy and don't have to deal with this, it's an issue. You know why it's an issue for them?
Why?
Because they can't make money. Business.
Make money.
Business. It's an issue for them because it's slowing down how fast they can get their money.
So right, yeah.
But poor people, people of color, in that situation, this is really nothing.
Really nothing.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. We see that everybody else sees it's a problem now.
Yeah.
So now they see how poor people feel. But we don't see anything because this is how things go and how things have been. It gives the other people some insight as to what we go through, people of color. So people of color, not big changes.
No big change.
Only big changes is there's no jobs. There's even less jobs, no money and stuff of that situation. That's the only change. But as far as the conditions and how we live under something like this, it's the same as how we were living before this happened. Under pressure. Under pressure, under duress, under stress. That's how we've been living, which is not good. You know, the body is made to handle stress.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, it's a very hot day. All of a sudden, you start seeing moisture coming off your skin. That's the way the body cools
Right.
itself down. It starts
Right.
sweating.
Right.
So what that means is the body has a way to control things when they happen. The way we've been dealing with things is we don't never get a chance to rest. So the body is saying, oh, I'm only supposed to do that for a little while. You got me doing that all day. Too much pressure, too much stress. I just break down. Because it's too much. It's too much. It's not normal. Little stress every day is good for you.
Yeah.
Too much stress for you is bad for you. So yeah, it's a lot of issues.
So every culture have that kind of problem. Our culture's problem in America. What happened is, say you see Chinese never live together. Only maybe New York and a big city have a Chinatown.
Okay.
But here don't have Chinatown. The Chinese people live everywhere.
Yes.
But they don't live together. So when you vote, running for office, nobody can help you because they live everywhere.
Your area, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Somalia, they live together.
Okay.
And they're pretty close. And black area, they have that area.
Yes.
And but we don't have the area. And also Chinese people have a different level in the brain. You know, the professors, doctors.